Please tell me. Please tell me you'll spend more than a few seconds looking at this work of art and that one, that you won't walk away, not just yet, or look away, not now.
It's magnificent.
When there's beauty staring right at you, and a story waiting to be shared.
I lost some friends out there, and I can't do it, man. I'm sorry. When you say what does it mean to me, I can't answer that one because it chokes. I can't.
It's the exhibit Healing in Flames at the Museum of Glass in Tacoma. The artists are soldiers and veterans. Abel Rodriguez helped create this glass sculpture called The Final Goodbye. We'll stay on Abel's piece for 15 seconds as I make this point. The average viewing time for looking at a work of art in a museum is just 15 seconds. There have been studies done on this.
Oh my gosh.
That's it.
15 seconds.
We look at it and move on that quick. And so will we, for a moment, move on.
All right, we're ready.
To show you what went into creating the body of work, this labor of love.
Just being in the environment is so healing for them.
That's the idea.
Courage, it takes courage to be here.
Bring soldiers together through a program called Hot Shop Heroes. Have them work together for 8 weeks.
Nice, guys.
It's all about teamwork. I'm going to do the same colors as you.
Have them work with glass.
So I'll just do that side.
Have them work on themselves.
It's a way to express yourself through making glass.
For specialist Ashley Boroff,
Yes, it's a great way to cope.
it's coping with the effects of mild traumatic brain injury.
No matter how you're feeling that day, it lets you have to forget about everything you're feeling that day because all you can focus on is like how hot the glass is and everything in the glass.
It's transparency, it's fragility, it's ability to transform.
And it has been probably the biggest part of my recovery.
Strong statement, true statement, from Michelle Knight, captain in the Army. She was injured in the war in Afghanistan.
I never thought I would like blowing glass, but the first time I came here, it was the first time my mind was quiet. I have some PTSD, so anxiety issues, and my mind goes all the time. And I came here, and while I was working with glass, my mind was quiet and focused.
And that's the beauty of art therapy. It's calming, it's healing, it can be transformative.
Pretty cute.
David Tucker is a retired major in the Army.
You let maybe things that you carry from the past, you let them go for that moment. You're just in the moment of creating something new that never existed before.
He helped create this work of art.
It's what ties you to each other. It's what keeps you alive.
It's called brotherhood.
One of the most poetic things we could think of was one hand helping another hand to get up and to rise. And I don't know if it's a little bit of an aspect of PTSD that still affects me, but when I look at it, it still makes me a little emotional each time.
There comes a time in our lives when we must look away, too painful otherwise. Looking at the final goodbye, not possible right now for David Tucker.
It's just a hard moment, you know.
Only those who served know.
You don't always get a chance to say goodbye, and so just seeing that even as a sculptural thing, it still kind of brings up that same, just those feelings, you know, the feelings of the war and the feelings of people sacrificing and not coming home in some cases, you know. So it's tough.
It takes a lot of courage to stand in front of 2,000 degrees of heat.
It takes even more courage to dig deep.
I had a soldier, Peter Beso, who you will meet this evening, say to me, you know, I have been I know how to destroy things, but now I know how to create.
We did get to meet Army Platoon Sergeant Peter Bezo and watch him create.
Right now I'm just trying to build some heat in this area right here.
And we got to see his finished work on display. He calls it a taste of blood and tears.
It's the tears of, 1,000 mothers, 1,000 fathers, 1,000 wives, 1,000 other comrades.
So let's all come on over here.
Now do you see why I asked you to consider spending more than just 15 seconds looking at this work, and that one, and this one?
And that came out perfect.
Please tell me you will. John Sharify,
A show of hands of who thinks they'll be here next week.
King 5 News.
I always say glass is kind of like recovery. We all come from this molten glass, and we make something beautiful out of it that everybody else can see.
Normally, we ask all the questions.
Hi, Jim. And you like it so far?
Yeah, there's something going on every minute, it seems.
Nice to meet you. Oh, can I give you a hug?
Not today.
It's nice that people like you worry about old codgers.
We'll leave that to Victoria Sanborn.
I don't know whether I have a good side. I doubt it.
She's a woman
Let me just turn it on.
in search for answers
This is just fun for me, so.
All right.
with lots of
I've
questions
got like 3,000 questions.
for these World War II veterans.
And what was it like being on the ocean for the first time?
Are there any memories that stand out? Do you remember how you felt?
What was it like for you to leave home?
And how do you carry this with you?
What was it like for you?
Yeah, it's a shame too.
Answer.
So many lives were lost.
And I see that it's still.
Yeah, sometimes when you get into it.
My question to you is, what have you learned?
You think it's emotional for her?
And all these men that I've lost in the battle,
Paratrooper Manny Ventosa.
they're still in my mind. I still remember them just like they were when they were 18 years old, 17 and 18 years old. I still remember them, but I feel sad for them. Yeah. Yeah, it hurts. Sorry, it hurts. Sorry, it hurts. You talk brave, but you can't be brave. It hurts.
Navy man Milton Ray.
Well, I talk about it because I feel that people need to hear it.
And we will.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Every
And
detail.
you said that when the torpedoes hit, the huge plume of.
Yeah, it was just a column of burning oil.
Stories
Bullets are hitting the water.
these men are willing to share.
Because of the atrocities that they committed,
Did you shoot
they
them?
were we had to treat them like mad dogs.
Victoria
They were mean.
is recording it all
By the time the ship was sunk,
for the Puget Sound Honor Flight Project.
You've got to get the boat in.
Okay.
Get the troops out. Get the wounded into your boat.
when your clothing is on fire, you don't behave rationally.
Instead of slipping out of their chutes, they got panicky and they pulled their Mae West.
Did they die?
Oh yeah, yeah, they got crushed. I mean, they smashed. They hit the ground.
And it makes the history come alive. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Is to capture your history.
Here's the plan.
And then send that video talking about your military experience, and then send that to the Library of Congress.
My goodness
So that
gracious.
it's preserved for forever.
I mean, how many people would want to talk that long to a geezer who's 92 years old,
We didn't get into the 82nd until we hit Belgium.
If you think
Battle of
Manny's
the
wife
Bulge. You're getting
Laverne
live machine gun fire over
has
your
heard
head.
these stories before, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
So I was blasting away, at the enemy, and we lost a lot of men.
Oh, he's a good guy, that guy.
Was there a lot of shooting and?
Oh, yeah.
The statistic is that the veterans from World War II are passing on.
There's not too many of us.
They're dying every day. 500 a day.
I guess we just fade away.
I'm not afraid of death, but I'm just thinking, well, what I'm going to miss.
How long is this going to take?
Until I've interviewed everyone I can. If my recollection is correct, somebody announced Torpedoes to torpedoes.
We learn how they were injured,
That's how I got burned. This was the only third-degree burn I got.
how they survived.
So everybody was killed except for 4 of you.
Just four of us got out of there.
He was taken prisoner too by the Germans.
You jump overboard.
Yeah, I jumped over.
I said, would you do me a favor?
What it was like coming home.
I said, would you go over there and tell her that there's damn, I can't to talk.
Milton Ray surprised his mom at work.
That there's a sailor out here. And she comes screaming out, and so did all the girls. And it was a ball.
But that had to be one of the most special moments to see her son come home.
And we'll learn about Milton's son. He fought in a war too.
This is a Purple Heart. These around here are mine, and this is my boy.
At the Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C., panel 16W, row 66.
That's him right there.
That's where you'll find the name of 20-year-old Randolph Ray.
There's your son.
That's where we watched a father honoring his boy, remembering his life that ended November 12th, 1969. 46 years of pain.
It's nothing but a wall, yet it just gets you. Piece of shrapnel goes through the heart, and that's the end.
Yeah, it is. It's bad. It's war is hell.
When he said that, when he spoke those 3 words, Manny had no idea there's a book written with that title. And the author
You got it.
is Milton Ray.
War is hell.
That fact will be included in Victoria Sanborn's videos.
3,000 questions.
The story of the lighter will break your heart.
That was held by one of the Vietnam boys. He gave that to me. My son had that. It's a lighter.
That's his lighter.
But
Milton Ray has never met Manny Ventosa. Manny has never met Jim Fitch.
That you never forget.
They don't know each other.
Those guys, they knew what they had to do. And they did it.
think about all these kids that were killed.
In those contemplative moments when they rewind to those days when they served.
Some of that stuff I can still see.
And fast forward to today.
The war's so stupid.
They've had a lot of time to think about it.
Yeah, they have.
They must know how fortunate they are to have survived and thrived and lived long lives.
Yeah, boy, I'll say.
Good lives.
These are heroes.
John Sharify, King 5 News.